Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. And as you can see, we are underway here in Rockville, Maryland. We are on the beautiful campus of Montgomery College as we see your Raptors taking on the Hagerstown Hawks as your Raptors have gotten the first shot up. My name is Caleb Scarborough, and I am joined by Andre Anderson, who's going to be calling this game with me. In the second half, we might hear from Mr. Bradley De La Pena. We are deep into the depths of of the basketball season, Andre, as March Madness is almost here, and it is exciting time of year.
It is. I mean, this is only the second home game of the season for the Raptors this year. Last home game was against Frederick, which they did win, and also played 8 of 9 games in 2025 so far. They're 5-4 on the road, so I know that they're going to want to, get this victory today.
It's nice to be back home. This is a Raptors team that has won 4 in a row, and that is exactly what you want to see as you inch closer and closer to March. This team has a big game here today against this Hawks team that has struggled a little bit this season. The Hawks are 6-11 overall. Your Raptors are 14-8. As I said, they've ripped off 4 wins in a row. Run through the starting lineups real quick for your Raptors. Starting number 1, Litzy Lujan-Gonzalez. Number 5, Yahira Williams. Number 6, Tiana Carey. Number 13, Sanai Messenberg. And number 21, Kennedy Clifton. Your Raptors are coached by Coach Tarlou. And for the Hawks, as the Raptors get our first basket of the game there, nice little layup. Finishing up the starting lineups as the Raptors get a steal here. Throwing it back out.
High intensity early so far.
Litzy Lujan-Gonzalez for 3! Boom!
And she feels it early.
We have seen the Lujan-Gonzalez sisters play here for several years, and that is one thing you will learn quickly about them is Coach Tarlou gives them an absolute green light.
They are up and down the court. I mean, Litzy, you see here controlling the game so far, looking for a pass, and oh my.
Full court pass. Just missed that one. Rebounded by number 21, Clifton. She's going to throw it back out, and that is going to be a backcourt violation. Let's get these lineups finally finished here, Andre. We've got number 1, Amelia Robbins. Number 10, Andrea Elder. Number 11, Susie Rodriguez. 12, Kiana Sanders. And number 22, Avery Haar for this Hawks team. They are coached by several coaches here. Cindy Wilhelm, Allie Appleby, Samaria Silva, and Andre's going to tell us a little bit more about these coaches. It's a special day here as Hagerstown has come to visit us here in Montgomery College.
Yes, so we were speaking with Coach Tarlou, the head coach of the Raptors early on, and she said that Alex Silva, one of the assistant coaches for the Hagerstown Hawks from 2010 to 2012, did play for the Raptors, and she was also an MC All-American. So that is actually a really cool, fun fact of the day.
It's always cool whenever you're a coach to see your players, Andre, come back, and not only just come back to visit, but to see them coaching. It's just a really warm feeling, So Coach Tarlou, it's a special day, truly.
It is, and it really does show how much of a coaching tree she has out there in that MD JUCO.
Nice rebound there by number 13, Massenberg. She pulls that one down. Raptors up 5-0. Litzy rebounded by number 21, Clifton. She throws up a floater, and it is no good. Early action here, though, Andre. I'm noticing something about rebounds. This Raptors team seems to be dominating on the board.
They do. They do, and they are a tall team. They have some tall players below the basket grabbing those rebounds, and there goes, once again, Litzy, and look at her speed.
Litzy with the steal and the finish. You talked about that, Andre. It was a perfect call out early when she hit that first 3 and how fast she plays, how she kind of commands the floor as the point guard, somebody that's really important for this Raptors club.
She has to be one of the fastest players in MD JUCO. Every time she gets the ball, I mean, she probably sprints as fast as she dribbles.
So Raptors up 7-0 here. Raptors employing a zone. As here's a 3. That's off the mark. Raptors rebound it. This is a Hawks team that hasn't shot the ball well this season, Andre. They're shooting just below 32%. That ball in and out. And not shooting it well from 3 either. So it's not a surprise that this Raptors team is kind of playing in a zone, as this is a team that has struggled offensively.
A turnover right there by the Hagerstown Hawks, which means the Raptors will get the ball back in a very good spot with momentum as well, looking to add to the 7-point lead.
And this is a Raptors team that averages, 73 points a game. So this is a team that if you give them free passes, you give them another chance to score, they are going to take advantage of it. Litzy from 3. Boom! MC3, Litzy Lujan Gonzalez with her second 3, and we have a quick timeout here by the Hawks.
Timeout on Hagerstown, 30-second timeout.
So Raptors here up 10-0, 5:47 to go in this first quarter. This is a Raptors team, like I said, that knows how to score in bunches, and their defense has been stifling this season, and so far that's been the case here early on. So Raptors coming out of this break with a little bit of full court pressure here. Raptors being really active. The trap here. That ball just goes off the foot of a Raptor. It's going to stay with the Hawks, but this Raptors team is going to apply a lot of pressure to this Hawks team.
Yeah, this intensity so far is insane. I'm not even going to lie about that. It has been top-notch from the beginning.
Raptors in a zone here, 2-3. Ball fed inside. It's a good feed and a good finish. The Hawks get on the board there. That's number 10, Andrea Elder. Lujan Gonzalez with it now. Hawks also playing a zone. Switched outside. Here's Carey for 3, short. Rebounded by Clifton. Clifton back out. Here's Carey, drives. The scoop layup, and she is fouled.
Very aggressive play right there, getting to the basket. Free throws coming up.
Foul is going to be on, I believe it was number 5 is what I saw.
Oh, you have a better vision than me because I missed it totally.
So that foul is on number 5. It's going to be Hobbs, her first foul of the evening. First free throw is good there by Carey. She's got another one here. And she makes both.
Second shot's good as well. 2 for 2 from Tiana Carey.
Raptors with some of that full court pressure here still.
This full court pressure definitely rattles any team that, goes up against you.
Going to be a little ticky-tack foul there. That one's going to go against Clifton. That's going to be her first foul, team's first.
Officials are going to rule it a Hagerstown ball.
Ball fed in. Here's number 12, Saunders. Ball poked out of play there by number 2, Jackman, who's entered for your Raptors. Entering for the Raptors was Jackman and number 11, Whitmore. Here's Robbins. She can hoop. Gets a little space. Double team. Steps through. Flips it up. Ball just rims out. Rebound by number 10, Elder. Hawks still have it. Swinging it back out. Drive by Rodriguez. Mid-range. Way off. And that will go out of play. Raptors ball.
Keep their hands up, keep pressuring. They've been playing really good defense.
Defense has been good, I will say, for the Hawks. I've been impressed with Elder here early on. She's been active. She really is the height for this Hawks team, and they've been trying to find her inside, but that Raptors defense, like you mentioned, Andre, has been fantastic.
Ooh.
That is going to be a travel there. I did think that a hand kind of poked in
That's
there,
what I
though.
thought as
I thought
well.
it was going to be called a jump ball. So ball back over here to the Hawks. Hawks able to escape it. Robbins feeds it inside. What a good pass. Too strong on the layup. What a beautiful pass there by Robbins.
There it goes. Oh.
Gonna have a jump ball here on this. Possession arrow is gonna go back to the Hawks. This Raptors team is 4-3 on the season at home. They have been more successful, Andre, but they've also played a lot more games away this season. They are 9-3 at home. This is only their second home game of the season in the new year. We're gonna have a traveling violation here on Robbins.
Yeah, I'm sure the Raptors are excited to be back home, playing in front of their fans. You know, hear the cheerleaders cheering for them as well.
It's nice not to always have to travel, I'll tell you that. After playing collegiate athletics, playing soccer and stuff, the travel schedule, a great block there by Elder. I think she hits that off of.
She did.
Yeah, ball back to the Hawks. Great play there by Elder. But, yeah, I mean, to be able to play at home, especially on the weekend after you've had school all week and other games and practices, man, it really can't be understated how nice it is to play a couple of games at home.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then after the game, you're definitely, you know, you're more familiar with the area, so you can go to where you want to eat or
gotta travel,
go home and all that stuff.
Yep. Nice rebound there. Ball poked away, still bouncing around. Last touch by the Hawks. I really like that step-through move there by Rodriguez. She's just been a little too strong on all of her shots here tonight. Raptors leading 12-2, 3:20 to go in this first quarter. Checking back in was number 5, Williams. Here's Jackman over to Lujan Gonzalez. Elder pokes that one away. Mid-range, Jackman, she's off. Nice rebound there by number 6, Carey. She is fouled. That foul is going to go on number 1, Robbins. It's going to be her first foul, team's second. Foul was on the floor. Carey, too strong.
Good
nice
save.
Jackman tries to switch it far side to Lujan Gonzalez. Crosses, 3, short.
Seems to be a lot of three-pointers taken so far this game.
And we were talking to our statistician early in this game, before the game started, Bradley, and he was telling us both teams don't always shoot the ball well from deep. And so, not surprising to see them shoot, and it's also not surprising that they have not finished here early.
Refs gonna rule a travel on Hagerstown as goes on back to a Raptors ball.
Has been a little bit of a sloppy first quarter, Andre. We've seen a handful of travel turnovers on both sides.
Yeah, and I mean the score also 12-2. MC got out to an early lead, and looks like they were going to score a lot.
10-0 lead, if I remember correctly.
And they kind of been stalling a little bit with the scoring, so I know that they're going to want to get this basket right here, and no foul. Wow.
A lot of contact. Refs definitely letting them play. Ball is going to go back to the Hawks. Correction, it's going to stay here with the Raptors. We've got 6 on the shot clock. Let's keep an eye on that. Shot here, short, rebounded by Elder. Raptors applying full court pressure, get the steal. Here's Carey, and she is fouled. She'll go to the line for 2 shots.
This will be crucial for the team right here to see the ball go through the net, and hopefully it can spark some, maybe some of the threes to fall.
That foul is on Elder. That's going to be her first foul. It's going to be the team's third. It's going to send Carey to the line for 2 more free throws. She is 2 for 2 at the line here this afternoon. Make it 3 for 3. It's a Raptors team that has shot the ball at about 64% this season overall, as Carey making it look easy from the line this afternoon. 4 for 4. Raptors up 14-2, under 2 to go in this first quarter. Here's Rodriguez, back to Robbins. She tries to get a little space, flips it over to Elder. Fade away finish.
Focal point of that team's offense and defense. Elder has been playing. She's been playing very well.
And a lot of pressure Robbins puts on the defense to be able to find Elder. Here's a 3, and it's off. Nice rebound there by Carey. Mid-range, too strong. Ball bouncing around. Rodriguez grabs it. Here's Robbins. Andre, you talked about Robbins quite a bit there before the game. Robbins, a little bit of space, trying to find Elder. Bad pass, and Elder is out of play. But that Robbins-Elder kind of collaboration we're seeing here early, they're looking for each other.
They are.
Each time.
They are. And with Robbins being the point guard, having the ball in her hands a lot, I mean, she does draw a lot of attention. And so that does help Elder kind of down low get the ball. So they'll be looking to keep that going into the, I guess, second quarter.
And Robbins is almost an 18-point-a-game scorer. As Lindsay Lujan Gonzalez, that's going to be a deep 2 there. And that will be a turnover. That pressure by the Raptors. This Raptors defense is leading to more opportunities here on the offensive side. Carey feeds it inside, ball back out. Here's a 3, short. Rebounded by number 12, Saunders. Robbins looking to take 1 versus 2 and gets fouled.
Aggressive move right there. She will go to the line for 2.
And that foul is going to be on Lujan Gonzalez, her first foul. Team's second. And that's going to send Robbins to the line here for 2 shots. Robbins, as I mentioned, almost an 18 points per game scorer. This is a young lady that knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Oh, yeah. And actually, I remember watching her last year when we did cover an MC versus Hagerstown game, and she had a tremendous game as well. So when I saw her name on the roster once again, I was like, uh-oh.
Looking for some fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, looking for some fireworks for sure. Ball fed inside. Looks like we're going to have a travel call. That was number 13, Massenberg. Took a little bit of an extra step. Raptors up 16-6, 33 seconds to go. Game clock and shot clock separated by 3 seconds. Raptors doing what they've done all first quarter. Full court pressure. Elder breaks it. Bounce pass. Finish is good. You liked that, didn't you, Andre?
No, definitely. No, once again, Robbins, Elder, the 2 of them together. Once they get the ball and they both touch it, special things happen.
Lujan Gonzalez from deep. She's short. Rebounded by Rodriguez. Hawks have 5 seconds here. Robbins, 3 seconds. Over to Rodriguez. 3. Off the mark. And that is the buzzer here at the end of the first quarter. Your Raptors jump out to a 10-0 lead, and that lead dwindles down just a hair. Raptors leading 16-8 after our first quarter. So, Andre, after that first quarter, we've kind of mentioned it for the Hawks, what they've done really well, that Elder-Robbins combination. Let's talk about our Raptors. You know, this is MCTV, so let's give some love to our ladies. What are you noticing? What are you seeing out there?
That full court press. That's one of the first things that I noticed. I mean, every single time that the Hawks, get the ball, they are pressured, they are pressed, and they have to get rid of the ball really quickly, and that does seem to be kind of an issue for them.
And it's even on a miss, too, right? And I think both of us kind of have a soccer background, right?
Yep.
And whenever you turn the ball over, a lot of times, especially if you're playing like high pressure, right? When you turn the ball over, you immediately go into press, right? That high pressure. And it's kind of similar what we're seeing from the Raptors this afternoon, right?
Yeah.
On a miss, on a turnover, they're immediately looking to disrupt that offense of the Hawks.
Exactly. And the thing about that is when you do miss the shot or turn the ball over and you do that press, the best thing about it is that because you are pressing so early, you're not really wasting that much energy having to kind of run back and, chase your defender. You're right there and you are already ready to defend.
Exactly.
So that's something that they're doing really well.
Underway here in the second quarter. Elder again poking that ball away. She has been amazing there in the center, taking care of Clifton. Here's Robbins, takes it right side. Layup is good. That was too easy, Andre.
There she goes. I'm telling you, one basket could be enough for her to get going.
Way too easy there for Robbins. Lead is down to 6. Here's Lujan Gonzalez. Over to Carey. Carey's got at the top. Behind the back to Lujan Gonzalez. Raptors have 0 movement right now. Everybody's just kind of standing. Here's a drive. Massenberg way too strong. Rebounded. Ball's rebounded again by number 5 for the Raptors. She misses the shot. Good rebounding there by Williams. She just couldn't get that ball to find the bottom of the net. Rodriguez with the rebound. Back out to Robbins. Rodriguez is active on those boards. And we're going to have a jump ball. That's Carey tying up the Hawks. Possession arrow is in the direction of the Raptors. Maybe they've already switched the possession arrow. I could be wrong.
Huh.
Or they may have just forgotten at the end of the quarter it happens.
Yeah.
All right, it's going to stay with the Hawks. So Hawks have it. And Lujan Gonzalez is going to be called for a foul. Oh
wow.
My goodness. Wow.
Foul on the Raptors off back
That's
to
a
Hagerstown.
little touchy foul there. That's
It was. I guess the refs are going to call it tight here. Oh. And look. Oh, a missed one by Elder.
Elder's missed a couple of those tonight. She's getting the ball down there, just not able to finish. But I want to point out something. That foul on Lujan Gonzalez, her second foul. All right, something to keep an eye on. That's a step-back 3, way off the mark. Rebounded here by Carey. She loses control. Rodriguez battling with her. It looks like Carey's out of play, and she was. It'll go back to the Hawks.
Officials are ruling the Hagerstown ball.
So Lujan Gonzalez there in that first quarter putting up double-digit numbers with 10. Carey with 4 points, all 4 of those coming from the line. For the Hawks, we've got Elder with 4 points and Robbins with 2, which is what we've been talking about, Andre.
We have. And also, can I just point out, Kennedy Clifton has 4 rebounds. Before, all 4 of them have been offensive rebounds. So she has been trying to get the ball back as the team misses, put the ball back in the rim, and that's been good.
Carey feeds it inside. Here's Williams. She feeds it down low to Massenberg, who is fouled. Massenberg's going to go to the line for 2 shots. That foul is on Rodriguez. That's going to be her first foul.
Gets fouled. She's at the free throw line. She's going to get 2.
Teams first. Massenberg at the line here for 2 shots. Raptors are 4 of 4 at the line. Make it 5 for 5, Andre. This is a team that hasn't really shot the ball well from the charity stripe, just at 64% on the season. But looking good here early on.
Yeah, these are some crucial free throws as the team hasn't been shooting that well from the floor. So knocking down as many free throws as possible right now is very crucial for the team.
So here's Robbins. Looking to set up the offense. Raptors in a zone still. Rodriguez inside. Floater is up, too strong. Elder can't grab the board. Carey has it. She falls down. Back over to Williams. Lujan Gonzalez looking to push. Here's Carey pounding that rock. Williams with it, feeds it inside. It's a tough pass, but Clifton gets it and finishes with the mid-range.
Great finish by Clifton.
Great hands by Clifton, too. That's not an easy pass to handle whenever you're that tall.
And not at all. Wow.
Lujan Gonzalez with an easy finish there, and that pass from Carey, a beautiful pass ahead. Raptors stretch it to their largest lead of 11.
Too much speed by Gonzalez. No way, honestly, anybody can catch her when she's in the open lane like that.
Here's Robbins trying to find Elder. Back to Rodriguez. Back into Elder. Elder has one wide open. Tough pass to handle there by number 12, Saunders. Robbins misses it. Clifton with the board. Massenberg goes up and finishes. That's a tough finish there.
That was nice. That was really nice, and I'm surprised no foul, but hey, timeout by Hagerstown.
It's going to be a full timeout here by the Hawks as your Raptors, with a beautiful finish here by Massenberg, is going to stretch this lead to 13 points. So, Andre, a couple things here. This Raptors team coming in with a 4-game winning streak. They've got a big game here today to stretch that at 5, and then they have a huge matchup this next week where they are going to be taking on CCBC Essex, and that one is on the road. But what did we say earlier in the broadcast about this team on the road? They're good.
They are.
Right?
I'm glad you said that because I was like, what did we say? But yes, they are. No, they are very good.
I love giving pop quizzes. You always got to be ready.
Yeah,
right?
I gotta stay, stay more alert. But yes, they are very good on the road, and a lot of their games actually have been on the road more so than at home.
9-3 on the season on the road.
There you go.
Yep.
So, I mean, I would almost say this: maybe they're used to it. Maybe they're used to the conditions of getting on the team bus. Maybe staying in a hotel or having to eat food they're not accustomed to, or whatever the case may be. But they are taking on a big team, and I think they'll be ready.
And this game here, the Raptors in a lot of ways favored it in this game. I mean, this is a team that basically in every statistical format you can look at, the Raptors are favored in this matchup against the Hawks today. So this is just an important matchup here to get the 5th win in a row, to kind of keep that momentum going. Because, as we said, this is getting into that critical time of the season where postseason play is slowly creeping up on us.
Oh, yeah. And the thing about that as well is you want to be rolling by the time that comes.
Exactly.
You want that momentum to be firing.
Yep.
And we are seeing 2 players that are rolling right now as well in the rebounding stat. We have Williams with 7 already, and then we have Rodriguez with 8.
Rodriguez has been very active for this Hawks team. As there's a turnover, here's Carey. She has Lujan Gonzalez, and we have a foul call here. Foul is on.
Foul for the Raptors is off back to Hagerstown ball.
All right, looks like we've got foul call here.
Wait, what?
And the referee was kind of sideways, but it looked like he called an offensive foul, so I don't know if that was on Carey. Taking a look at the stats here real quick. I believe Carey picked up her first foul. An offensive foul on that turnover, possibly. So the ball goes back to the Hawks. Turnover here. Here's Whitmore, feeds it over to Lujan Gonzalez. She's able to hunt it down. She is swarmed. Clifton from the mid-range is good. We've seen that twice now from Clifton.
She seems to like that spot on the court.
She loves that spot on the court. Nice pass inside, but Elder put a blown easy layup there by Saunders. She misses that one. Those are those gimmies that you just have to make.
Yeah, especially when MC is rolling like they are, and especially like Clifton. She is rolling. The momentum is in her favor. Hagerstown Hawks are going to have to get some points on the board soon.
That is 6 points now for Clifton. She has picked those up in a hurry. Ball poked away. It's going to stay here for the Hawks. 20 on the shot clock. Raptors now with their biggest lead of 17. Raptors defense has been fantastic. Granted, the Hawks have made it difficult on themselves, missing some easy layups. If you're going to beat the Raptors, you've got to make those. Nice step through there by Robbins. She's fouled and one.
Like I said, Robbins is a great player. MC does not want to see her get going.
And the Raptors are not going to see what I'm about to say either, Andre. That is the 3rd foul on Lujan Gonzalez.
Not good, which means she's going to
good.
have to come off the court and sit for a little bit. So the spark plug on the team is out.
Not only the spark plug, the leading scorer
Yeah.
so far, for this Raptors. 8 points, as Robbins is good with that free throw. And so Lujan Gonzalez, the point guard, the leading scorer, really that spark plug like you mentioned, is going to be sitting for a while with 3 fouls. McGuthrie with a bad pass. That ball's turned over. Rodriguez snatches it. Here's Robbins. She likes going right. She gets bumped. And a foul is called. Looks like it's going to be on number 6. Or excuse me, number 5, Hobbs. It's going to be Hobbs' 2nd foul. Excuse me, number 6 has the foul. So Carey picks up her 2nd foul. She's going to take a seat. That brings in Massenberg. So Raptors starting to pick up some foul trouble from a couple of their key players. Mid-range. Goes too far. Rebounded here by the Raptors. Whitmore. And looks like it will be a foul. Looks like that might go against Rodriguez, and it will. So Rodriguez picks up her second foul.
She has been everywhere today.
She has been active, and she's one of those, Andre, with 2 fouls. She's got to be careful because they need her out there. I mean,
Yes,
this
they
Hawks
do.
team needs this starting 5.
Oh, yeah.
Massenberg, way too strong. Robbins on the backside. Looks like it was last touched by McGuthrie. So it'll go back to the Hawks. Interesting that the Raptors have kind of pulled off this full court pressure. We saw that in that first quarter, almost the entirety of it. In the second quarter, they have not pressed.
Do you think maybe it has to do with like not necessarily fitness, but being tired and trying to save some energy?
Part of it. I think that's always an idea. Is that 3 is off. It's one of those things we kind of joked about it early. Like the game is 40 full minutes, right? And so I think it's also too kind of throwing things on the team, like the opponent. If you do the same thing all the time, it kind of get used to it, right?
Exactly.
So back it off, turn it back on. Back it off, turn it back on, right? Kind of throw them off at those critical moments.
Yep.
Here's McGuthrie. Steps through, and she is fouled. Nice take there by McGuthrie. He's going to send her to the line for 2 shots. That foul is going to be on number 10, Elder. So here's McGuthrie stepping through, drawing that foul. Guthrie making that free throw. Guthrie, the sophomore, played her high school ball at Springbrook, and she makes them both. So, Andre, maybe it's me and you, the good luck charms here tonight, as this Raptors team has been on fire from that free throw line.
I wouldn't be surprised if they would ask us to come back
We'll
again.
take all the credit we can get, right? Robbins finds it inside. Raptors are in this zone. Robbins thought about it, swings it to Rodriguez, and she makes a good look there by Rodriguez. And who'd that ball come from?
Robbins.
Exactly. We're used to that Robbins-Elder combo, but that Robbins-Rodriguez combo is also one that we'll see a lot of. McGuthrie definitely took a bump. And she will go to the line here for 2 shots.
Yeah, she's been quite aggressive lately as she come back on the court, so that's good to see.
Bad news for the Hawks. That's going to be a 3rd foul on number 11, Rodriguez. So both teams getting a little bit of foul trouble from some of their key players. For the Raptors, Lujan Gonzalez with 3 fouls, Carey with 2. And then for the Hawks, you've got Elder with 2 fouls, and you've got Rodriguez just picking up her 3rd. So Rodriguez is going to have to take a seat on that bench, and that bench is not deep, Andre. That is a very, very small bench, which makes it difficult.
It does.
When your team gets in foul trouble.
It does. I mean, the fact that they only have 2 players on the bench as well means that they can't really fill positions that get into foul trouble, so they're going to have to adjust.
Nice block there by Massenberg.
Wow.
Here's Jackman, feeds it up to McGuthrie. The reverse is good.
Wow. McGuthrie, ever since she's been on the court, she's been doing it all. And that block as well. I mean, wow.
Massenberg, full-handed block. I mean, that thing hit palm. Here's Robbins, tries to feed it into Elder. There's Clifton being active, and this crowd is getting into it here as the Raptors lead is back up to 17. .12 on the shot clock. Here's Elder. Tries to feed it into Robbins, sneaks it through to her. Robbins is in a tough spot, gets it over, misses it, rebounded by Massenberg. Here's Jackman. Takes it with the right hand, too strong. Clifton thinks she's going to be called over the back.
Ooh, Okay. I won't say anything. I'll just say okay.
Yeah, she's going to be called for the over the back there on that one, so that's going to be Clifton's second foul. Here's Robbins. Back to Robbins. She's going to take the three. Misses that. Weak side rebound. Drive. And rebounded there by McGuthrie. Some good extra looks there from the Hawks. They just haven't been able to capitalize on those second chances. That's a tough call to make from back here.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Foul's going to be on number 10 is what I believe. That is on number 10. That's bad news for the Hawks. So that's going to be Elder's third foul. I thought if there was a foul on anybody, it was going to be on Robbins.
That's what I thought as well, especially seeing her reaction. But
it was, so yeah, Elder's going to take a seat. That's huge, Andre. I mean, we're talking about Elder with 3 fouls, Rodriguez with 3 fouls, and we've only got 2 subs.
yeah, it's not good. One of the players with 3 fouls might have to come back in very soon.
So the Hawks are going to try to make it to the half with 2 of their key players on the bench as the Raptors balloon the lead to 19. Raptors doing all of this with Lujan Gonzalez, the leading scorer, on the bench as she picked up a 3rd foul early in the second quarter. Here's Robbins. She drives right. Feeds it inside. Ball poked away by McGuthrie. Hawks able to get it back. Robbins drives. Kicks it back out. Mid-range is way too strong. Weak side rebound by number 15, Beatty. She misses. Lots of bodies on the floor. Beatty still has it. Raptors poke it away. It'll stay here for the Hawks. 13 on the shot clock. Raptors have stayed in this zone the entire game. I was wrong. It's going back to the Raptors. I thought it was pointed to the Hawks the whole time.
Yeah, I think they're changing it.
All right,
Yep.
I thought it was right. All right.
You know what you're talking about.
Come on now. Here's Robbins, mid-range, tough shot.
Wow, off the backboard as well.
That's a tough shot. Kiss that glass.
They needed that basket as well.
Desperately needed that basket. Less than a minute to go here. Raptors up by 17. Robbins with the ball like usual. Step through and a finish.
She is feeling it.
Well, somebody has to feel it for this Hawks team because 2 of her key teammates are on the bench. So right now it is the Robbins show, and the Raptors are going to have to tune in and lock her down.
Grabbing the rebound as well. Great effort by Robbins right there, throwing the ball off the defender's leg and getting the ball back for her Hawks.
Both teams here in the bonus. Beatty misses that layup, able to get it back, bounced off of Clifton, rebound, and it looks like we will have a foul. Foul's going to be on McGuthrie. That's going to be her first foul. It is going to send number 22 Hard to the line here for 2 shots. Hard, the freshman out of Forbes Road High School in McConnellsburg, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
She misses that first free throw.
I wonder if that's near Hershey. Sorry, PA, and I thought of chocolate.
It's lunchtime over here for this man, all right? It's lunchtime. It's almost halftime. We'll get him a snack, everyone. Shot clock is off. We are under 20 seconds to go here. Jackman with a crossover. She has a step, kicks it out. Here's Whitmore, back to Massenberg. McGuthrie from 3, it's off. Whitmore with a rebound, throws it up. Clifton with the finish.
Another rebound, another basket for Clifton.
And there goes our buzzer for the first half. Your Raptors leading 36-20. And in that second quarter, we saw the Raptors have a couple players make key contributions. Really, McGuthrie and Clifton.
Yeah, off the bench, came into the game, and they said, Coach, let me get my time to shine, and that's exactly what they did.
And that was a huge because Lujan Gonzalez had to step aside with 3 fouls. Both teams with some foul trouble here. Second half is going to have a lot more energy, I can already tell, and a lot more pressure. Both teams still trying to figure out what can we do to really pull away.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting second half. No matter what the score is, both teams will come out with a lot of energy.
Well, thanks for tuning in to this MCTV broadcast. Caleb Scarborough, Andre Anderson on the call here with you. We'll be back with second half action here shortly in Rockville, Maryland.
Do you know what happens to elements under extreme pressure?
They transform, become something new.
Something formidable.
Are you keeping up?
It's not just physics.
It's a metaphor for the Raptors.
Yeah, we are made of something special. More than just the crest on our chest.
Under the spotlight, under the pressure, we come alive.
We're not just playing the game, we're redefining it. With every pass,
Every dribble,
Every set.
every play. This is not just a game for us.
It's just who we are.
We raise Dallas as we raise the bar. So to anyone who thinks they're ready to challenge us,
bring it on.
We are the Raptors.
we're ready.
We ready.
Bring it on, we're ready.
At Montgomery College, dedication has no end, and ambition knows no age. It's home to people like you who see the blank pages in the book not as dreams deferred, but as chapters yet to be written, and who work tirelessly toward their goals while being a mentor to others along the way. Discover your passion, unlock your potential, and become the author of their future too at Montgomery College.
A generous philanthropic donation kicks off MC's first scholarships dedicated to support student athletes.
So our first support of MC students was through the ACES program, which is such a wonderful program. That's been a very rewarding first connection for us, but when it came time for this next gift, I sort of posed to the executive director of the foundation, where's the greatest need? It was a surprise not only to her, but to us that there was no dedicated scholarship for student athletes. So the ability to support athletes in a way that allows them to do this beautiful thing for the college, for themselves, for their health, all at the same time of getting a great education. And that really spoke a lot to us.
I honestly feel really grateful for this opportunity. I feel like it's really going to help out both women and men's soccer. And it's honestly like a really great feeling to like be gifted this scholarship.
For the athletics program, this donation is a game changer.
I am over the moon. This really means a lot to athletics, and it's so generous of them. It helps us with the ability to be able to recruit and give scholarships to international students. And we lost lots of students because they had to work and they couldn't afford to pay the tuition because the parents didn't qualify and so forth. Now we have the ability to say, oh, you don't have to work full-time. You can come on and you know, we'll give you a scholarship. We'll help pay for your books. We'll help pay for your tuition. And it's really helped because we're able to get more student athletes from MCPS as a result of that.
Come to a game. It'll change your thoughts. It's a wonderful place and a wonderful place to be an athlete.
Data science is much more broad. Our world is full, in fact, we're saturated with data. We're consumers, we're producers of data. A lot of people are now suddenly aware, maybe because of ChatGPT or any of these artificial intelligence pieces that are all surrounding our lives. Data science is hard to describe. Many people have tried to describe it, but basically, we're looking at ways to take in data by ingesting it, cleaning it, manipulating it, summarizing it, analyzing it, and modeling it, using different software, tools, technology to create insights that are meaningful to somebody who would need that information. Incorporating programming languages such as Python, RStudio, SQL, Tableau, any of these software that students are using right now. If a student puts it on their resume, they could get a bump up in any field, for example, journalism, public policy, healthcare, any sort of social justice where we need to talk about data. Any of these careers right now are using data. If you want to go into retail, you probably would like to be able to use data to improve your business. One thing that data science is really important for right now is this whole idea of critical thinking, critical reasoning, and understanding of data literacy. Students need to understand what machine learning is. They hear these terms. They want to know what artificial intelligence is. Some cars have artificial intelligence built into them, but what does that really mean? And that gets into data privacy, data ethics, algorithmic bias, all these things that right now we are infused in society. So the more that a student even just takes one data class, they can start to get a sense of how data is being used for and potentially even against them. For students who are interested in getting the Associate of Science in Data Science, they could get a Bachelor of Science in Information Science at University of Maryland. They could go the business analytics route and they could transfer to University of Maryland's Robert H. Smith School of Business for a Bachelor of Science in Operations Management and Business Analytics. Many students who are taking the certificate path, which is only 5 classes, typically already have an undergraduate or even a graduate degree, and either they're doing a career change using data science, or they're upskilling, meaning they're using data within the context of their domain of discipline that they're already in. Students who graduate with some sort of certificate or degree in data science right now have so many opportunities, especially in the Washington, D.C. area. Right now, the median salary for a data scientist is just under $100,000. So it's an incredible entry level to start off in. And the job growth for data scientists right now, I believe it's about 22.5% increase per year over the next 7 years. The majority of our faculty either have already been in the industry or are currently in the industry, so they can give the most current, updated information to our students as they're learning and evolving in their own data science fields. What we really need to understand is that data science actually could have a subtitle, which is social justice. That data science really could be used to improve a society in terms of access, who is represented, who is harmed, who is not included in the decision-making process. And I think that's one of the best things about data science.
At the crossroads of grit and determination, Montgomery College is home to those whose dedication doesn't rest, and those who don't believe in excuses. The kind of person who pulls the overnight shift, then heads right back to class. Those who know that it's not about the hours you put in, but what you put into the hours that transforms lives. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your full potential at Montgomery College.
It was a special evening for Montgomery College athletics as its retired football program welcomed new members to its Wall of Fame during the 2024 Fightin' Knights football reunion.
This program became a springboard of talent, earning bowl bids and recognition as one of the best junior college football programs in the country.
Tonight was unbelievable. I'm not sure if it could have been any better. I really so enjoyed having all the players, not only from my era, but even before. You know, we had a gentleman from 1954-55 team, and that means a lot when Socrates Kasudas can come.
Coach Martin he knew how to just motivate us, and the grind, all of those things I remember, like it was yesterday.
A lot of guys really believing in each other, caring about each other, really wanting to play for each other. I definitely need to come to Montgomery College during that time to mature both as an individual, but more importantly as a quarterback.
It's good to see some of the guys you haven't seen in a while. It's great to see the ones you haven't talked to over the years. It's great to see how many are here tonight.
For us to be able to do what we did based on the competition we played against and how we worked together as a team, nothing can compare to it.
I had been to a 4-year college before I came here, and when I came here, I got a different level of instruction, and it just was awesome. The confidence of just being able to understand what the game plan is, and also just taking that out in the world of work.
Although many years have passed, the impact made on the lives of teammates and coaches is something still felt by everyone at the event.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Montgomery College. We are in Rockville, Maryland, as your Raptors are leading this one over the Hawks 36-20. Caleb Scarborough on the call here, joined by Mr. Andre Anderson. And Andre, that first half we saw a lot of defense and a lot of turnovers, but we saw a ton of fouls. So talk to us about your thoughts there in that first half and what you're expecting here in half number 2.
Well, the Raptors started the first half with the full court press, so I'm assuming, if I'm just going to guess, that they're going to start the second half with the full court press as well, try to put some pressure on the Hawks, as it did cause a lot of pressure for them. And then with that, I kind of guess we'll see what the Hawks do, if they're going to try to change it up a bit and try to figure out a way to beat that press.
Couple things I want to point out. We had a lot of foul trouble there in the first half. Both teams with some key contributors with fouls. One of them is about to touch the ball for your Raptors, Lujan Gonzalez. She has 3 fouls. She had 12 points in that first half. Only played about 15 minutes. As I said, she picked up a couple of fouls early in that second quarter and spent a lot of time on the bench. 2 Raptors in double figures. Gonzalez with 12, Clifton with 10. And there's Clifton with the ball right now. She has been great on the boards, Andre, with 8 rebounds, 6 of them offensively.
Huge. The offensive part especially. Missing shots and being able to get them back for a second chance point is crucial. And here we go. Okay.
Clifton tried to get that one, but Rodriguez has it, and she's one that is a critical player for this Hawks that has 3 fouls. Robbins from deep. Ooh. In and out, rebounded there by the Raptors. Here's Clifton. Tries to force it ahead, able to do so. Massenberg for 2.
What a transition bucket. 3 players touched the ball, and I don't know if the ball even hit the ground right there.
Great passing there by the Raptors. Their largest lead was 19. Lujan Gonzalez able to get a hand on it. It's going to stay here for the Hawks. For the Hawks, it has been the Robin show there in the first half. She had 11 points. Next leading scorer was number 10, Elder. Elder with 3 fouls and Rodriguez with 3 fouls.
Yeah, Elder's going to be a very important person in this game right here as she touches the ball on command.
Elder having to pull it out. Clifton is all over. 5 on the shot clock. Rodriguez mid-range off. Elder, though, was fouled. That foul is going to be on number 13, Massenberg. That's going to be her first foul. This is a Raptors team that is on pace to hit their season average. They average about 73 points a game. For this Hawks team, though, they are well under their average. This team averages a little over 50 points a game. Only had 20 points in that first half, and there's a bad pass from Robbins. It's going to go back to the Raptors. One of the things that was kind of a trend in that first half as well, Andre, turnovers. Both teams with a lot of turnovers. Raptors with 8, and for Hagerstown, 13 turnovers.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, the pace of the game has been fast, which can, kind of increase the turnovers. But I think if both lady teams kind of bring it down a bit, play a little more under control. Ooh, almost an and 1.
Massenberg was fouled on that shot. She'll go to the line for 2. Foul is going to be on number 5, Hobbs, her second foul. As a reminder, it's a doubleheader here this afternoon, so you'll have a chance to listen to not only myself, but Andre. For a second game of this afternoon, it'll be the men's team, the Raptors taking on the Hawks. That one following this one approximately 3:30. You can check that one out on the MCTV YouTube channel. As Massenberg hits that first, and Andre, something that's a little bit concerning if you're a Raptors fan, we saw Lujan Gonzalez kind of walk off gingerly, trying to shake out that left leg.
Yeah, it looks like maybe one of those Charlie horse type of deals.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it may have gotten her quad or something of that nature. She's trying to stretch it out, but that's something we'll keep an eye on. Here's Elder. Has time. Dishes it off. Rodriguez back over to Saunders. Here's Robbins. Raptors swarming Robbins. Rodriguez has it. 10 on the shot clock. Saunders throws it up. Off. Offensive board. Here's Rodriguez. She drives left hand, fouled.
Strong to the basket. Free throws are coming up.
Foul is on Massenberg. It's going to be her second foul. We'll send Rodriguez to the line. This Raptors team came into this matchup 14-8 overall. They had won 4 in a row, trying to get that streak to 5. On the flip side, the Hawks only 6-11 on the season. They dropped their last contest. A team that only has 2 players on the bench, but is doing their best to stay in this one. As Rodriguez hits that one, it's now a 17-point lead here for your Raptors.
Yeah, and a quick shout out to Rodriguez. She's listed as 5'2" on the roster, but she plays much bigger than that. I mean, the rebounds and the energy she has been bringing today has been terrific.
Here's Jackman, good drive. The floater, short. Rodriguez, another one of those boards. She has been active. Robbins looking to push. Still has it. Bad pass inside. Elder not able to hold on to that tough one. Here goes Carey. Jackman, bad pass inside. She wanted to get to Massenberg. Massenberg able to save it. Wild shot there by Williams. Here's Saunders. She has all day. That's a 2. Beatty with a good board. Elder puts it up and good. There was no Raptors underneath the basket there, Andre.
Yeah, Elder was in a great spot to put that 2-pointer up, and that is exactly what she did. Scored a bucket. 2 more points for the Hawks.
All right, let's see what the Raptors can do here. This zone has caused them some problems here in the second half. Carey misses that one. Another rebound by Beatty. Robbins has Elder wide open. Easy layup.
All right.
Couple quick baskets there, and I kept looking towards the bench. I had a feeling the Raptors were going to call a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout here. Coach Tarlew is going to have a quick chat with the team.
Yeah, a good little spark as well from Elder. We want to shout that out. She has been under the basket scoring, in transition and scoring, and Robbins, who else, is finding her every single time.
So something we need to keep an eye on with this Raptors team is this second half, they haven't started strong. Only 3 points here so far, about 4 minutes into this one. On the flip side, the Hawks, 6 quick points, couple of easy ones too, and that was something me and you talked about during the break, was this team missed quite a few easy, almost give-me shots there in the first half.
Yeah, they did, and the game could be a lot closer, but we're not going to look in the past. We'll look forward, and we will say that they have been scoring those easy shots that they missed in the first half and the second, and that's what I'm sure the coach has been telling them. Keep it up, keep going, and keep rolling.
And I'm interested to see what you kind of pointed out. Will the Raptors bring back that full court press? That's what I'm really interested to see.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
Jackman from deep, too strong. Whitman last touched it. It's going to go to the Hawks. So Raptors are going to drop back in their zone. Here's Elder, nice feet inside.
Wow.
Missed that layup there. Elder with a great pass. Here's Carey between the legs. Floater with the right. Ball bounces out. Beatty with the rebound. Here's Robbins.
There's a bit of a lid on the basket for the Raptors in this second half so far.
Some balls that we thought were going to go in just have not hit the bottom of the net here. Here's Whitman throwing ahead to Lujan Gonzalez. Takes a bump and one.
And she's back. Ladies and gentlemen, she is back. That thigh does not seem to be bothering her, and the lid is off. And one.
Great finish there by Lujan Gonzalez. She'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play. That's going to be Robbins' second foul. Beautiful pass, though, from number 11, Whitmore for the Raptors. Took that ball and fired it up. Lujan Gonzalez caught it on the run and was able to finish through contact. Raptors leads up to 16. 5:20 to go in this third quarter.
Great pass.
Tough pass handle there by Elder. She's able to corral it. Ball poked away by Lujan Gonzalez. On the break. Gonna pull it out. Smart move.
Good move.
McGuthrie drives left. Floater blocked by Elder. Ball inbound. Here's Clifton. She loves that shot, Andre.
That's her spot. That is literally her spot. She's made about, what, 3 or 4 of those today.
That's 12 points for Clifton.
What about the rebounds? What's she looking like? Is double-double yet?
We're definitely on double-double watch.
Double-double
no
watch.
doubt. 8 rebounds.
Wow.
8 rebounds, so definitely on double-double watch.
And then Robbins with a floater as well.
So Robbins up to 13 points. Lujan Gonzalez to Clifton, steps through. She's going to be fouled. That's a bad one here for Elder. That's going to be foul number 4 on Elder. That is something you don't want to see as a Hawks fan.
Yeah, she has it's difficult down there to have to deal with Williams, have to deal with Kennedy, have to deal with Kari as well. So, I mean, 4 fouls does seem like something that could happen from someone who has to deal with a lot down there in the post.
Raptors almost get that one off the rebound, but here's Robbins. Nobody's going to stop her. She's going to go end to end, misses the rebound. Elder goes up and is fouled. Foul was on number 11, Whitmore, but that's something we've seen before. A lot of pressure applied there by Robbins. Elder comes in and gets fouled. She'll go to the line here for 2.
First one is knocked down.
Elder's another one of those that I think we're definitely on a kind of getting closer to a double-double watch. Have to keep an eye on that one. Lujan Gonzalez with 12 points, Clifton with 10, Robbins with 11.
Turnover from the Raptors. Robbins with the ball. Looking to play make, and she...
Yeah, ball's going to go the other way here. See who the foul's going to be on. I believe it's going to be on number 15, Beatty, and it is. So foul is on Beatty. Whitmore drives, floater. Clifton just snatches it away, goes up, misses it. That's 3 Hawks holding on to the ball. It looks like we are going to have a jump ball. I believe 3 Hawks had control on it, was pulling it from each other as Clifton airballs that one.
But hey, I mean, can you really complain, though, if you're the coach, all your players going after the rebound?
You cannot, but you just want them to look up.
Yeah, exactly.
Rodriguez thought about it, feeds it inside. Bounce pass, couple of bounce passes. Beatty, she's looking for something, finds Robbins for the mid-range. Good.
There she is once again.
So here's Lujan Gonzalez. Step back 3. Off. Rebounded by number 22, Har. She has it. Tries to find Robbins, and she does. Here's Robbins driving right side. Tons of contact. Floats it up. You're kidding me.
What a shot.
She's got a huge smile on her face, Andre, as she comes down the court because, man, what a shot that was.
I think she might have even been like, hey, that might have been quite a bit of a lucky one.
And when it's going in, it's all that matters.
Exactly.
Ball's going to stay down here for the Raptors. This lead, Andre, has kind of snuck up on us. The Raptors only up by 10 now.
And at one point, they were up by 19. So The Hagerstown Hawks really have been chipping away at this lead.
Here's Whitmore, corner three, off. Weak side, Massenburg is good. Nice put back there.
Oh, yeah, strong down there in the paint, getting the rebound and putting the ball back. A great bucket right there.
Here's Rodriguez. They are face guarding Robbins now. Whitmore's all over. Screen set. Robbins rolls off a double screen, flips it up good.
Wow. I mean, hey, I don't know what to say. I don't really know what to say with that.
Robbins at 19 points. Here's Clifton, hands it off. Lujan Gonzalez, Massenburg drives, floats it, tons of contact. She will go to the line. Foul is on Har. We'll send Massenburg to the line here for 2 shots.
And I believe that's Har's second foul, or is that her first?
First foul,
First foul.
I believe. Confirm that real quick. Yes, it is.
Her first.
Her first. Massenburg makes the first. Reminder, men's basketball will be in action following this one, approximately 3:30. Be on the call for that one with you as well. Thanks for tuning in to this MCTV broadcast. Caleb Scarborough and Andre Anderson on the call. As we've got substitution here, McGuthrie. Lead is down, back up to 12, excuse me. Here's Robbins. McGuthrie's all over her. She is going to be fouled. Foul is on number 3, McGuthrie. Tough spot here for Rodriguez, trying to get it in. She finds Robbins. Step back 3. She's off, rebounded by Massenburg. She skied high and grabbed that one at the high point. It's Raptors ball to our right here. Gonna start building a little bit of anticipation because, Andre, as we've talked about, we're gonna be having a special kind of guest with us. Mr. Bradley De La Pena is going to be coming in here soon to give us some of his thoughts on this game. So make sure you stay tuned, as he will be laying on some serious information on us, which I'm excited to hear once the fourth quarter gets here in only a minute and 15 seconds. So looking forward to hearing from Bradley here as the Raptors lead by 14. Lujan Gonzalez feeds it near side. Mid-range, way off of that one's going to be an air ball. It's going to go back to the Hawks. Substitution here. Number 5, Hobbs, is going to come back in.
Has Robbins come out the game yet?
Robbins has not come out of the game. She is the one that is, for the Hawks, thankfully not in foul trouble. And so she has been able to play the entirety of this one, and she has really turned it on here in the third quarter. Rodriguez with a ton of contact. She is fouled. Foul is on Massenburg. That is going to be 3 on Massenburg. So Raptors 3 on Gonzalez, 3 on Massenburg, 2 on Clifton, and 2 on McGuthrie and Kari. Rodriguez at the line here for 2 shots. Misses the first. Misses both. Har with the offensive board, lays it off. Here's Saunders, drives. But Guthrie trying to poke it away. Robbins with it. Nice screen set there. Saunders. 5 on the shot clock. Robbins with it now. 3 on the shot clock. And a bailout foul here. Man, not what you want to see if you were a Raptor fan.
That might have been with like 0.2 or 0.1
I was
seconds.
thinking the same thing. That clock was almost, that buzzer was about to go off for a shot clock violation. Instead, it's going to send Saunders to the line. As the Hawks are in the bonus. We've only had one timeout here in this third quarter. It has been really a non-stop affair. Our live stats are down, and we haven't been able to get any stats elsewhere, so we've just been doing the best we can here as these girls have played without a break almost here this entire third quarter. McGuthrie from deep. She's off. And referee said that ball hit the top. I believe he says it hit like the wire on the top, so which means that ball's out of play, so it goes to the Hawks.
Now, double team on Robbins right here, it seems like. Full court press as well. And she got by it.
5 seconds, makes it all the way coast to coast, flips it out. Saunders, too strong. That is the buzzer at the end of 3 quarters, and your Raptors lead 50-37 as we get ready to welcome in Mr. Bradley De La Pena. Bradley, you've been sitting over here to my right this entire game. Talk to us about what you've seen. What are you kind of noticing? What have you picked up on while sitting down here?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you for having me here. Yeah, this game has been really, really intense. I came into this game thinking about the three-point percentage because I've been looking at that. And I got to say, Lujan Gonzalez has been making me... But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, Lujan Gonzalez has been making me regret my choices of words, and she has been proving me wrong. Her three-point percentage right now is going up. And at the moment, last time at halftime, she made 2 out of 4 free throws. And she's been up 12 points, and now she got 15 points at the board. This game has been truly interesting so far. What do you think?
It's been a very interesting game, and Andre, one of the things we kind of talked about is like that third quarter kind of progressed is how this lead at one point was down to 10 points, right? And so looking at that, it's a 13-point lead. What are you kind of thinking for the Raptors? What do they need to do in order to hold this lead to be able to move to a 5-game winning streak?
Well, they probably wouldn't want me to be their coach because I would say full court press the whole game. So they'll probably get really tired. But that did seem to work in the first quarter, you know. They started up from the jump, full court press, and it seemed to rattle the Hagerstown Hawks a bit. Now, not sure what's going to be happening here in this third quarter, but possibly bring back that full court press.
Yep, I definitely.
Fourth quarter, excuse me.
Fourth quarter definitely is going to be one of those things. So, Bradley, make sure you stick with us. We've got some questions we're going to ask you throughout this quarter. I won't pop quiz you as hard as I've been trying to pop quiz Andre over here. He did not get his halftime snack, so give him a little bit of a break here as the Raptors are trying to move to 15-8 overall, trying to extend this to a 5-game winning streak. And in a blink of an eye, ladies and gentlemen, it is now a single-digit lead.
Yeah, I would like to say that the Raptors has been they've been really wary of their defense. As what Andre said, the first half they were really doing their full court press, but now towards the second half they are trying to avoid it as much because their star players are indeed in foul trouble. I see 3 people have already 3 fouls on the board, and the other 2 are just 2 fouls.
And you just called that because we've got another foul, and this one's going to go against number 6, Carrie, and that is going to be her 4th foul. And that is a great point that you bring up, Bradley. That's another thing, Andre, we didn't speak about much in that at this time. You know, maybe it isn't just the conditioning aspect, right, the fitness level. It could also be fouls, right? Like keeping an eye on foul totals.
Exactly, because when you do that full court press, it's a lot of hands moving. It's a lot of getting as close as you can to your defender. So with that being the case, fouls are bound to happen.
Another one has been fouled on number 3.
Yeah, we've got a lot of ticky-tack fouls kind of starting to pile up here quickly. It's going to be McGuthrie's 3rd foul, and that is 2 quick fouls here in this fourth quarter for the Raptors. This lead has dwindled down to 9 points. The Raptors in that second quarter were up by 19 at one point. We've seen Robbins kind of take over in this second half. The Raptors are double teaming here, but here's Elder with an easy finish, and I want to highlight that pass coming from number 12, Saunders. A beautiful pass into Elder as we are down to a 7-point lead. McGuthrie drives, mid-range, wild shot, way off the board, rebounded by Rodriguez, and here comes Robbins. Whitmore guarding her, Raptors double teaming. Here's Elder, takes a huge bump.
Ooh.
I think both girls are okay.
That's what we hope the most. That's what we hope the most.
A lot of contact there.
Yeah, that's been a really chippy last minute or two, hasn't it?
Yeah, since the lead has all cut down to single digits, people are really trying to get that win over or get that tie up.
They are.
Number one, Robbins has been, I should say, her and number 10, Elder, have been carrying this Hagerstown team, 19 points and 14 points, respectively.
Here's Lujan Gonzalez with it now. Wild three, way off. Elder with the ball. The Raptors had a couple of bad offensive possessions, some wild shots. They have got to settle down. Rodriguez drives, left hand, she is fouled.
Foul one more time.
That foul's going to be on Massenberg. It's going to be her 4th foul. Lots of foul trouble now. Let's run through it real quick. Lujan Gonzalez with 3, McGuthrie with 3, Carey with 4, Massenberg with 4, Clifton with 2, and so these fouls are starting to pile up. Rodriguez with a chance to bring this down to a 5-point lead for your Raptors, and their offense for the Raptors has just kind of really fallen apart, Andre.
It has. I mean, I think the shot selection is one that has to be looked at. I mean, we've been seeing a couple of threes, but not just like a regular, you know what I'm saying, let me get my elbow in and shoot 3. These are off-balance shots that need to be cleaned up a bit.
Yeah, just some wild shots, like truly just some wild shots here. Raptors getting a little bit of a break as Rodriguez stumbled when she grabbed that rebound. So McGuthrie's going to come back in. 7:52 to play, 6-point lead here for your Raptors. And to say that this is a surprise is truly an understatement.
3-ball.
Lujan Gonzalez, boom! MC3. Lujan Gonzalez up to 18 points now. As here's Elder with it.
Great pass. Ooh.
Too tough there for Beatty to handle it. Man, Andre, that 3 was important.
Very much so. And here is the 3 actually on the replay. She must have heard Brad saying that they weren't shooting too well because she really knocked that one down.
And what's funny was that she was actually, I didn't know this, she was actually in front of me when I was talking about that before the game. And then, yeah, she looked at me and was like, all right, I got you.
Clifton with the easy bucket, and this is exactly what we just talked about, gentlemen. We were looking at this game. The Raptors were getting some terrible shots, really poor shot selection. In their past 2 trips down, those shots have fallen, and they have been better looks.
Rodriguez.
Here's Saunders. Back out to Rodriguez. Robbins into Elder. Elder turns, drives on Clifton, lays it inside. The layup is good. Holy smokes, Elder with a beautiful pass around 2 defenders.
And that energy from the Hagerstown head coach, I'm feeling it right here sitting on the sideline.
We'll hold you down, Andre, once you try to stand up. Don't worry. Whitmore off on that one.
Another rebound by Elder. I think they're really trying to get. trying to get Robbins' 21st points.
Here's Rodriguez. She's thinking about it. Feeds it inside. That's a bad pass. It's one of those things. That's not one of Beatty's kind of strengths. That right there. The strength is to get that ball in to really get it into Elder. Let her take a dribble and then find Beatty wide open underneath. That was a tough pass for Beatty to be able to handle.
Yeah, Elder does score a lot of points, grabs a lot of rebounds, but she also is a very good playmaker when she does catch that ball in the post.
Elder pokes that one away. Here's Lujan Gonzalez. Throws it out. Whitmore, far side, kicks it over. Lujan Gonzalez definitely thought about it. Jab step,
She'll make
screen.
it.
Whitmore with it. Back out to Lujan Gonzalez. 8 on the shot clock. Step back, 3. Boom! MC
21 points.
3.
Wow. That is her 21st point.
Lujan Gonzalez absolutely exploding here in the fourth quarter, and the Raptors need her. Clifton with the board, and the Raptors lead is back up to double digits. Lujan Gonzalez, far side. Back in. We've seen that time and time again. Elder poking it away.
Elder has been great in the defensive rebounds and offensive
Looks like
rebounds.
that. Sorry, Bradley, I didn't mean to cut you off there. Looked like it was a deflection. Ball is going to go back to the Hawks. We do have a timeout. It will be a full timeout here as the Raptors are leading by 12. 5:24 to go here in this one. So, gentlemen, Raptors, that lead was cut down to about 6. Andre, for the Raptors, what do you kind of want to see them do here to really push us ahead to get that 5th win?
I want to say controlled energy. They tend to play their best when they're pushing the ball down the court, when they're running and playing full court press, and then Litzy getting the ball and passing it far. But I will also say have that in control, because when they kind of get too ramped up or too much energy, they tend to have a little ticky-tack fouls. You see some turnovers as well. So controlled energy is what I like to see moving into this fourth quarter.
And Bradley, for the Hawks, this is a team that was able to get it into single digits, right? So you've got kind of that belief. So how do you kind of get this team to keep kind of chipping away at this lead, to have a chance to really upset the Raptors?
Yeah, I think, Caleb, they just really have to pass it to Robbins. With Clifton and Robbins' dynamic duo right now, I think the moment that Clifton can get a rebound, she can find an open spot and pass it over to an open Robbins, and she can just shoot it and do her magic. I think that's the best play for the Hagerstown team. They are really good at that, especially with Elder's defensive attributes. She can really poke away the ball. She can steal. She can really get the rebound. It's just her magic and her and Robbins' dynamic duo. They can really make it work.
Well, here we go. Elder with it now. Hawks ball. She's going to take it across. Somebody's going to have to stop her. She'll go coast to coast. Tries to flip it in. It bounces over to Rodriguez. Ball rolls around and around the world it goes and falls. Big bucket there as that ball is going to go off of the Raptors back to the Hawks. A bad pass there from Lujan Gonzalez is going to get this ball right back to the Hawks.
Yeah, they're up by 10. I mean, I understand that they want to play fast and they want to push the ball. But like I said, controlled energy is going to be key. They can bring it up the court fast, but then stop and relax. Let players get set, find the players, and then possibly score that way.
Here's Robbins. Whitmore is literally all over her. She's able to beat it. Rodriguez loves that mid-range. She shot it all night. She has not hit that consistently, though. As the Raptors have it, under 5 to play. Raptors trying to keep from being upset against this Hagerstown team. Clifton thought about it. Ball fed inside. Here's Williams. Scoop and score! The reverse layup there from Williams is good. Raptors lead is back up to 12.
Yeah, I'm thinking the Hagerstown has a really much more. They can do more risky plays other than compared to the Raptors, because they are 0 to 14 fouls compared to the Raptors 3 team fouls, which the Hagerstown might be able to get it off with a much more risky play.
So foul was called here. Foul's going to be on number 5, Williams. That is her first foul. It's going to send Rodriguez to the line here for 2 shots. It's one of those things you need, these easy points from the charity stripe. And Rodriguez, that mid-range game has just not been truly in sync for her tonight, Andre. We've talked so much about her energy because I always want to highlight the energy, right?
Always,
but that mid-range game has just been a little bit off tonight.
Yeah, it has been a bit, and because of that, I would say that's possibly why they're down by 11. Now, it's obviously not just her, the whole team as well. When we were speaking about it earlier, from like those easier missed shots.
Yep.
But they still have a chance. I mean, 4 minutes, 11 points. As long as they keep up the energy, they may have a chance.
Here's Robbins playing a little 2v1, and Lujan Gonzalez does what she does best, and that's causing chaos. Fed ahead, and Williams misses the layup. Williams is okay. She's stumbling a little bit. She's going to have to get back. Raptors are down, playing 5v4. Elder, jump stop, and is good. We are back to a 9-point game. Lujan Gonzalez with an amazing steal a minute ago. She drives to the right, behind the back, tries to feed it into Clifton, and good.
That was a great pass.
Talk about a tight window. Holy smokes. Lujan Gonzalez squeezing that one in. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a foul. I've been mentioning, kind of foreshadowing it this entire time. Whitmore is playing some smothering defense. It's only her second foul, though. She's been moving her feet really well. Unfortunately, that is going to send the Hawks to the free throw line. They are in the bonus. They will be in the bonus for the remainder of this game. So something to keep an eye on is free throw shooting.
Yeah, I checked up since halftime. Their free throw percentage has been really going up. It's around 80%. I think right now it's about 85%. That's for both teams, actually. And we're going to see, and she made 1 out of 2. Oh, 2 for 2, I'm sorry.
No, you got it right. 1 out of 2. No, you got it right. You nailed it. So, 10-point game here. Lujan Gonzalez. Here's Whitmore crossing over. Almost has it poked away. Lujan Gonzalez inside. Here's Carey. Back to Lujan Gonzalez. Drives in. Ball feeds in. Poked away. Lujan Gonzalez able to get it back. 10 on the shot clock. All over. Saunders pokes it away. Here's Robbins, 1v1. Step through.
Euro step.
Way too strong. There's Rodriguez.
The ball.
She's everywhere, and she gets the ball.
Rodriguez drives. The floater with the left, too strong. There's Elder, the scoop, and she's fouled.
She will go to the line here for 2, and Elder has been everywhere. Offensive boards, defensive boards, assisting, scoring.
Foul.
Everything.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
Foul is on number 11, Whitmore, her 3rd foul. Elder at the line here for 2 shots. A couple things we saw there. One, Rodriguez, the effort.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The effort. And then Elder. Her hands have just been so good. And I want to highlight that because her hands really, the big girls tonight, and I say big girls, the tall girls, not only for Elder, but also for the Raptors, number 21, Clifton, their hands are just so good to be that tall.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you would think, obviously being tall, wait. Oh, okay. Out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Raptors. But being tall, it's a little bit harder to dribble the ball because obviously the ball has more, space or air to kind of hit the ground, come back up. But they are ready, getting low, getting the ball. If it's high, they're catching it really well. Once again, we saw another one right there.
Lujan Gonzalez, 10 on the shot clock. Drives left, flips it over to Carey. Carey inside to Massenburg. Mid-range is off. Elder and Clifton battle, and a foul is called. If that's Elder, that's 5. And it is. That is 5 on Elder. She is going to have to take a seat on the bench. Everybody is
yeah.
kind of.
The coach kind of was like, yeah, okay.
I think a little bit you're hoping that the referee may change the call on who the foul was on because it could have gone on Rodriguez, which would have been better for the Hawks as Rodriguez only has 3 fouls. But talk about a huge loss here for this Hawks team as Elder takes a seat. So you're looking at probably bringing in Haar, who hasn't been as efficient tonight as Elder has. So a big loss here, 2:06 to go in this one, Bradley. Clifton here at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. Elder being there is just, she's been a really big asset. She's been everywhere for the team, and her taking out is just a really big loss. The Raptors might be able to secure this with Elder out. And you gotta talk about Lujan Gonzalez. She has been amazing tonight. It's just been a really tight game.
So here's Robbins.
Great pass.
Finds Rodriguez. Beautiful pass. Great recovery defense there by Massenburg. Robbins brings it out, looks for the screen. That's a moving screen all day.
There you go. Great call.
It's going to be a foul there on Hobbs. That's going to be her third foul. Ball's going to go back to the Raptors, and if the Raptors are slowly kind of building this lead again, we're back up to 12, minute 50 to play.
I think this is a very big possession right here. Very big. Yes, they're up by 12, but I think this could be one of those kind of like knockout punches, kind of like soul crushers. If they do end up scoring a basket here. Oh, my.
Lujan Gonzalez.
Oh, my goodness.
Boom!
Right on cue. Right on.
C3. Lujan Gonzalez. Andre, you called that one a huge basket. The lead is back up to 15 points. What a basket there by Lujan Gonzalez, who has been fantastic in the second half. Bradley, you just mentioned that as well, as Robbins tries to get the scoop and score. She's going to draw the foul and go to the line for 2 shots. That foul is going to be on Massenburg. It's going to be her 5th foul, so Massenburg will have to take a seat as well. But Guthrie is going to come into this one. And, man, Lujan Gonzalez with several big threes here in the second half, Bradley, and that's something that you talked about when you first came on, is this Raptors team needs to hit some threes.
Yeah, man, they're definitely doing it this game. I am in shock, I am in disbelief. It's just crazy. They are taking a lot more shots, but they are making them much more with Gonzalez.
Yeah, and what it seems like is every time Brad says something that might not happen, happens. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to say the lotto number. You know, tell me what's not the right pick. And maybe I'll win the lottery. How about that?
It's definitely not 7.
Under a minute to go here. Raptors trying to make it 5 in a row. Clifton misses that one. Here's Rodriguez. They need a basket here if they're going to have a chance at a major comeback. Rodriguez, they do not have time for this. They've got to get some shots up. Raptors defense is swarming. Popped away by Carey.
Yeah, great
Put
defense.
the ball away. She's
Breakaway. And foul.
Foul on Robinson. That's her third foul.
Yeah, that is going to be Robbins' 3rd foul. And this is a chance to ice the game as the fans behind us start making some noise as they can feel the 5th straight win. This Raptors team is moments away from moving to 15-8. And really building that momentum. They've got a huge game coming up against CCBC Essex. That one is on the road on Tuesday. They'll be taking on CCBC Essex, who is the number 4 team in the NJCAA Division II. And so a big win here. It got a little hairy. The Raptors were able to really hold on to this one. Let's see if they can keep Robbins. They cannot stop her. That's going to put her at 26 points. Robbins has been electric. And, you know, it's something we'll talk about when we wrap this up. But this Hawks team really came in here and made this a game, which was unexpected in a lot of ways, as Lujan Gonzalez is going to dribble this one out. Raptors are going to move to 15-8 overall. Hawks are going to drop to 6-12. And it was a close one, Andre, but the Raptors come out victorious.
They did, and a tremendous game. I would say all around by everybody. It was a very much so a team effort, but Lujan Gonzalez was the lead scorer today with 24 points.
That's what I love about basketball.
There you go.
That's what I love about basketball.
So as we get closer and closer to March Madness, make sure you keep track of all things Raptors at mcraptors.com. A reminder, men's basketball will be starting in approximately 20 to 30 minutes. You can catch that one on the MCTV YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning into this broadcast. My name's Caleb Scarborough, joined by Mr. Andre Anderson and by Mr. Bradley De La Pena. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you for the second game of our doubleheader here shortly.